So as we venture a little further on. Yeah, have a look around.
Before my illness left me bedridden, I used to walk through here on my way to watch Otis and Zelenia train. You knew Otis, if I'm not mistaken. Zelenia was his second in command in the Royal Knights of Alexandria.
Yeah, I was wondering who Zelenia was because we've met Otis.
How I loved to see the two of them spar. I once dreamed of fighting by their side, so I studied the magical arts under my tutor.
And yet...
But when I was 15, the storm surge broke out, and both my father and mother passed away.
Damn.
As the new queen, I was forbidden from taking to the battlefield, for our nation would fracture had I died without a successor. Though in the end I could barely move, I regret that I didn't go out there and fight. At least while I still could.
Well, you did fight against us, in a manner of speaking.
My endless self lamented not being able to protect the realm with benevolence. 'Tis a feeling to which I can relate.
Hopefully not too much.
Sven. Forgive me. 'Twas not my intent to darken the mood. Come, let us press on.
Yeah, we gotta find this guy. He's gotta be around here somewhere. Yeah, you guys continue to lead on. Of course, I'll cover you from the rear. So yeah, what else is in here?
This is one big castle, though. How far does this hallway go? Do you know, Sven?
What the? Where did she go? And for that matter...
What?
Yeah. Sven's gone and somehow I'm gone too? What happened? Yeah.
What? What happened?
Yeah, we were just walking along casually and all of a sudden we're in this place? Whoever's responsible, show yourself. As if we didn't already know. Oh, did we find the throne room? Oh, that's not all, unfortunately. It's all part of the trap. Yeah, they're gonna create an illusion of putting everything back the way it was. And they're the two manipulators themselves.
Oh, it seems our guest brought company.
Yeah, you should know who this is. But then again, you did draw her here.
So this was your doing? It was. We installed a teleporter that is triggered by the presence of the key, you see?
Wait, how the heck do we have the key?
I'm afraid etheric transmissions cannot penetrate the walls of the throne room. It will take your friends a good while to find you.
Yeah, here's what I don't understand. In the end credits of the main story, of the original main story, it says that the key was being taken away for safekeeping over in Charlian. How the heck do we still have it?
I confess the Valia Pira did not suffice to assess your capabilities.
Yeah, because we beat it.
So I shall try something else.
Oh boy. Yeah, bring out that tablet of yours. What else could you summon us? Well, how about that?
You are free to use anything at your disposal. The better you fight, the more accurate my data.
Yeah, how I can just talk so nonchalantly about this.
Attaining a precise measure of your strength, that is the most expeditious way to reclaim the key to which you so stubbornly cling.
Well, I'm not giving it up.
Noble Zelenia, dashing as ever.
I'm sorry, what?
These villains mean to do us harm. Strike them down, I bid you. What? This machine is Zelenia.
Yeah. We've never met her before, but I'm kind of pretty much assure you that doesn't look like her at all.
Indeed it is. We couldn't preserve her memories while she lived, so she has been reconstructed from our recollections of her.
Why do I get the feeling that's a lie? Yeah, you can tell she's angry and stuff, but she can't bring it out.
The endless me being created in answer to the earnest desires of Alexandrians. That I can accept. But to twist the memories of those I held dear and treat them as playthings...
Yeah, she's had enough.
This disgrace I cannot abide!
So what are you gonna do?
Loath though I am to comply with their demands, this monstrosity must be destroyed. Not least of all for Zelenia's honor. If she was indeed created from my memories, even if I cannot fight, I may be able to offer you counsel.
Well, that'll certainly help.
So please, lend me your strength and end this farce.
That was a weird flash back, as it were. Yeah, I guess I'm standing in for Zelenia, as it were. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be your Zelenia. And I can draft a few more. Yeah, much to Calix's interest.
Ah, there it is.
In fact, you were waiting for it. How are we not being manipulated by his science? As we now gain access to Recollection, the 7.2 trial. Well, at least we'll have very triumphant hero music for this. But will I be a hero to the real Sphene, or will this thing be a hero to a fake? Let's go find out. First we'll have to clear selection. And then... yeah, let's go and bring that up. So, let's take a look at Recollection. Calix's trail has led you to Alexandria's castle and into a wicked trap. Seeking to take more precise measurements of your strength, Calix pits you against the mechanical guardian, forged from Sphene's memories of Zelenia, the second in command of the Royal Knights. The Queen implores you to lay this affront to her dear friend's honor to rest. Make ready to test your mettle against one of Alexandria's finest blades. And from 705 in the dungeon, we now have a minimum item level of 715. I do meet the quota, so what do you say we take this ugly son of a gun down? Alright, the time is here. It's time to begin Recollection. And wow, that's a lot of fellas helping me out to take on Zelenia.
I am Zelenia Trianta Philly.
That's quite a fancy name.
Royal Knight of Alexandria, and sworn blade of Her Majesty the Queen.
Well then, shall we?
Upon my blade I swear, no harm shall come to Her Highness.
But how much harm will come to us?
You will not defile Zelenia's memory any longer.
And first order of business, get away from this. Yeah, it's a 2-tier thunder attack.
Feel the sting of my divine blade!
I'll pass, thank you. But I need to run.
I know this technique. You must keep moving.
Yeah. We need to run immediately because that will just bleed you out instantaneously. The first time I saw this move, I thought that you just had to run around in a circle, similar to what you had to do against Elizabeth over in Shadowbringers, but not so. So now we have a reverse version of what we saw initially. Yeah, not everyone's gonna make it out in one piece. Now we gotta play a little memory.
That her blade work should be recreated so faithfully.
Yeah, like, I wouldn't know personally, but you obviously can see it for yourself.
I will suffer none to threaten Alexandria!
Now I need to get away.
Heavens roar!
I gotta make her move inside as AoE starts to fall. Get ready. Good.
Have care. Zelenia was capable of much, much
Oh,
more.
I believe you.
I will show you the soul of a royal
In
knight!
fact, we got a knockback that we cannot avoid. Now she's ready to go to mode 2.
For the honor and glory of Alexandria, I strike!
Yeah, she's unleashing her ultimate already. What an ultimate it is. Yeah, enjoy getting consumed by thorns and rose petals.
No more games!
Sure thing there, Marion.
Quickly, away from the sigils.
I want to avoid this stuff as much as we can.
The sigils channel
And
magic.
whatever you do,
Be on
don't
your
run
guard.
into the middle. Yeah, I found that out the hard way. I was thinking to myself, oh, I can dodge this by just running to the middle. Not so.
You've no time even to fear my wrath!
People are dying. Yeah, obviously because they won't be familiar with the mechanics as of yet. Watch out for
You
this.
must brace for blade and magic both.
Have at you!
Okay, it's going this way. It's going this way. Thankfully, I saw through it, but I need to get ready to run. And go!
Taste my steel!
Got a stack mech, a multi-stack mech, but only with 5 people. Well, I hope you were able to get us through this, or a healer. Oh, you did.
There is no escape!
More of this.
Surge!
Alright, if I remember correctly, this is where we're gonna see, yeah, we're gonna see an orb running across the field. We want to avoid where it's going. Of course, also avoiding the other crap.
Have at you!
Okay, the sword's over there. I'm gonna swipe that way. Yeah, stay out of the middle, whatever you do. I mean, all told, compared to some of the other main story trials in these expansions, like, her patterns are actually pretty easy. All you have to do is just not run into the middle and destroy yourself.
I know this is merely a reconstruction, and yet...
And yet what?
I have pledged my life to the
Yeah,
kingdom.
all I can hope is that the rest of the party picks up on what she's doing. Yeah, we got more stuff coming to worry about. We gotta wait till that goes. Then we gotta wait to go.
Have at you!
Yeah, not much space to work with, and I'm surprised Oh, crap, I didn't notice that one. Anyway, I was gonna say that I'm surprised that everyone isn't running to the edge with that.
I am sworn to protect my queen! I will die before I yield!
Oh, I believe you. Watch out for the big scary orb that's coming this way. Yeah, it's going that direction. Oh, staying clear. Run inside. Again. Need to be ready. Go.
Have at you!
Swords on the right. Yeah, thankfully, unlike some other bosses, this mechanic with trying to run away from an impending sword slash is very easy to see. Not so easily hidden in comparison to others.
That's right. Zalenia was always there to protect me.
There she goes again. There's the old giant orb. Plan next.
Fall!
We got this move again. Oh, and I just did something really bad. Thankfully, I went against my own device and ran through the middle there. I kind of panicked there, but thankfully I saw it through.
And royal!
I'll pass, thanks. You see the line AoE again on the impending move. Also means we gotta put up this. Gotta get ready to move at a moment's notice. Because I almost didn't move fast enough. Like, it's basically like the Athena fight in Endwalker, where once she gets that chain of mechanics going, you basically have to start moving the instant it's about to be cast, or else you are going to get nailed with what comes next.
Surge!
And that particular mechanic really reminds me of that fight against Athena in Endwalker. Inside first. Right call. And I almost moved too soon. Stay out of the middle. Oh, we got this again. Now let it down.
Have at you!
Run! Oh, wait a minute, it's on that side. I almost ran headfirst into death again. I mean, even despite all the deaths around me, I've been holding my own. You don't think this music is going hard? I think this is as hard as it could possibly be going. And I watch out for the moving orb. Where's the structure will it go? It's gonna go straight down the middle.
Fall!
Get ready. I must move too soon. Yeah, I'm not ready to pull the trigger of Limit Break yet. We got her close to 10%, but I'm not ready to pull the trigger. Okay, got lines. I also got the shock rings. Get ready to move. Go! Oh, the sword's on her left. Going for it. Time for the Azure Dragoon to do his thing. Alright, we almost got her down. Careful that you don't corrupt our vision with giant summons there, Summoner. We don't want your things to be blowing it for us last minute. But we won't need to worry. 12 minutes first try.
A disgraceful display. Forgive me, my queen. I have failed you.
Well, it's not your fault. Yeah, you were created into a mechanical monster, much to your actual queen's chagrin. And there we go, victory's ours. We did it! Yeah, definitely one of the easiest 8-player trials I've seen in this game in a long time. For what it had, like, even though there were people dying around me left and right, it did not take long when I was doing this earlier today to figure out the mechanics really quickly. If you can just stay calm and not get over enthusiastic, you'll be just fine. And so, after our second victory of the night. Yeah.
Did you get what you needed?
Yeah. Are you finally satisfied, you freak?
I did. Though these figures will complicate matters.
But that's the point, isn't it? We want to make this as hard for you as possible.
Is that so? Well, if we are done here, then I shall end the transmission. Hold it!
Yeah, where do you think you're going?
If you have no scruples about thus defiling the memories of Zelenia, then there is no way we will ever see eye to eye.
I doubt that was ever gonna happen.
You are not fit to be entrusted with the cherished memories of Alexandrians.
I, for one, have no wish to employ the fruits of my research in this manner. It is a waste of time and effort.
As in you don't want to engage in conversation?
But since I relinquished my flesh long ago, I must resort to every conceivable method, so long as the hero insists on keeping the key.
Yeah, I'm looking at you. You sicko.
Why do you so oppose our objective?
I think you know why.
With the key, we would be able to harvest ether from other reflections and bring forth more endless.
Yeah, and that's something we don't want.
We could give this chance to evolve not only to the people of the Ninth, but to those of the Source as well. I see no reason why you should reject such a boon.
Yeah, what you call a boon, I call unnatural. We won't let you lay a finger on the reflections, or you're aware of the connection between the worlds? Yes, a mad scientist like him probably would be. But yeah, you're not going to invade anywhere else.
How miserly you are. But unless you're willing to compromise, you won't be able to save anyone or anything.
Says you.
Well, I'd say our conversation has run its course.
Yeah, can I impale you now?
Ultimately, what you think is immaterial, for the seeds we've sown have already quickened. The people have glimpsed hope in transcending death, and they can ill turn away from it.
Ugh.
And thus does my role come to an end. The rest I leave in your capable hands, Calix.
As a token of gratitude for consenting to my tests, I leave you with a gift. Be sure to take it with you.
Gift? What could you possibly give to me as a quote-unquote gift? Yeah, take your tablet and be on your way. Yeah, don't give me that death stare. Well, apparently I guess this is considered a gift? Yeah, is this considered an abdication? Housefiend, we conclude this with you. Selenia was kind, but she could be stern. A pillar of strength when I ascended the throne in troubled times. Not only did she protect me, she also buoyed my spirit whenever it threatened to buckle under the pressures of my station. By preserving her memory and honor, you've done more for me than you can know. Thank you, Mathia. You're quite welcome. So, for completing both the main story dungeon and the 8-player trial, we will take 6,000 gil. And you may now enter the Underkeep with a party of NPC avatars. And so, there we go. The hard part is over, but of course, we still have a story to complete. Stay a little closer to this fiend and just observe what's left of this. So let's go ahead and move on and speak with Sphene again to take on our next main story quest for patch 7.2 entitled Shared Paths. Sphene stands in silence.
Selenia, it pains me to think that you're gone too.
And that's all you have to look at her with. I don't blame you for crying.
Aha! Oh, we found you at
But
last.
thankfully... yeah, we're no longer trapped in this room.
You had us quite worried when you suddenly disappeared. What in the world happened?
That happened. Let's tell you all about it.
Then preservation's objective is indeed what Calix claimed. But for them to know about the source and the shards, and to refer to theirs as the 9th, that raises some questions.
Indeed. But for now, I'm just glad the two of you are safe.
Me too.
Oh, right. While we were scouring the castle for you, we came upon a room that looked like a library.
Oh, interesting. Anything worthwhile?
By learning about the Alexandria of old, we may gain valuable insights into preservation. Might we take a number of books with us?
Will we have to risk our lives to get them?
So books still remain. Of course. You are welcome to any that may be of use.
If you don't mind, could we take a look around here first? I'm especially curious about the area over by the throne.
I'm sure you are. So yeah, let's scour the area. And notice something in particular.
This tiara. It was hers. The Endless Fiend's. What's it doing here?
It's a type of regulator, I believe. It contains the data of the Endless Fiend's memories. Calix likely used it to create the simulant.
Can we destroy it?
Which means that as long as the tiara is in our keeping, we shouldn't need to deal with any more simulants.
You don't know that for sure. What if there's another tiara out there with the same properties?
Strange that he would abandon it, though. Perhaps because the simulant already played her role, like she said. Or Calyx made a copy of the memories.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm still concerned.
In any case, not much information of import appears to remain on this terminal. But I'll make it so we can access it remotely from the back room.
Alright then.
This contains the memories of another me. The tale of her journey as Queen of Alexandria. Might I hold on to this tiara? You may examine it whenever you wish, of course.
I'm really worried about what will happen if you actually choose to wear that thing.
It would be for the best, I think. Does that work for you, Shale?
No objections from me.
Alright. Let's hope we don't regret this later.
All right, I'm finished. Let's head to the library, and then back outside.
Okay. So yeah, see you later, you big scary statue. That's sentient. Yeah, I imagine you'll want to wish it goodbye there, Sphene.
Farewell, Selenia.
Well, at least you can come back and visit whenever you want. Yeah, you'd think it would be gone for good, to be quite honest. So, back over in the back room. Let's go ahead and get out of battle attire and speak with Sphene. The simulants gave the impression that she wouldn't be back, but I suppose only time will tell. And at present we have no further leads on Calyx. For now, perhaps you could take a moment to contact our friends. It would be good to catch each other up on recent developments, and I am certain everyone would appreciate hearing from you. Yeah, as in they want me to call some people. You better call somebody! Yeah, who are we contacting? Any one of 4 members of the Scions of the 7th Dawn and our associates. And it's not one of those situations where you can just be only speaking with one of them and then that automatically advances the story. You have to speak with everyone this time, so might as well go in order, starting with the Stola. If it isn't Mathia, is something the matter? Well, here's what we can tell you. Sir Preservation is behind the recent intrigue. It doesn't surprise me. I'm glad to hear that you are none the worse for your trials, though. So meanwhile, what's she been up to? As myself, I've just concluded a meeting with Gosan. I told him about the cure for Levin sickness and we form a tentative plan to treat all those who are stricken. I'm now otherwise unoccupied, so I shall take a look around the government sector to see if aught is amiss. And if Calyx is obsessed with the key, then I ought to begin studying it in earnest as well. Yeah, because we don't need that thing. We're falling into the wrong hands. Next, let's speak with Alpha Note. Ah, excellent timing, my friend. I had a mind to call you myself to see how you were faring. Yeah, hey there, Big A. Calyx. While something was obviously afoot, I couldn't have imagined that such an individual would be involved. 'Tis well you were able to prevent the simulants from sowing further uncertainty. That said, her absence may have consequences. So what were you up to? The people of Alexandria still have great trust in Sphene. It is plain in the way that they speak of her even now, and in how the simulant was able to win them over. When they notice she has ceased to appear again, rumor and worry will be spreading. We must be mindful of any pronounced shifts in the mood of the populace. But forgive me, it's been battle after battle for you, hasn't it? We can handle ourselves for now, so pray rest up while you can and recover your strength. I will. Yeah, especially when we needed to save the day in the dungeon. Next up, Alice. Yes, hello? Mathia? For you to call out of the blue, is something wrong? Well, not at all, actually. Oh, although I have a pained look on my face. What? You went all the way to the bottom of Everkeep and you didn't think to ask me to come? You're trying to help people, remember? But I suppose I've been fairly busy myself. Yeah. No need to shout in my ear. Because, yeah, as we can see, I'm pleased to say that we've received permission to begin administering the cure for Levin sickness to citizens. I'm actually due to visit a boy named Milos shortly to see how he is responding to his treatments. You met him before with Namati, I believe? The two of you should attend as well if you have time. Yeah, taking all the pork seeds that she's accumulated and putting them to good use. And finally, Mr. Aaronville, where have you been all this time? We haven't heard a peep out of you all patch. Mathia, this is a surprise, as Wuklemot's gotten into trouble again. So quick to jump to conclusions. I see. Knowing you, I expect that you're already looking forward to the next obvious trap. Try not to overdo it. Sure. Yeah, what have you been up to? We're only just hearing about you now. I'm in the outskirts at the moment. I've been helping the people with their work and talking to those that I meet to gauge their sentiments. Yeah, in fact, some people are even still able to write with pen and paper. It's been uneventful for the most part, but there was one notable development. Following recent events, some here stopped wearing regulators. This has led to a disparity in what people remember about the Queen's death and the occasional episode of confusion. I'll be sure to let you know if there are any other changes. Well, based on what we see, there's some here who in Bed's picture who are still got their regulators on. And so now that we've spoken with the crew, them, let's go ahead and speak with ours. Sphene. And right into cutscene again! Game, stop doing this! What did the others have to say, if I may ask? Well, here's what I can tell you. They finished treating Milos, then we have to go and visit him. Would you mind if I accompanied you? I understand he's afflicted with the self-same condition as I was, and I cannot help but worry for him. Of course, we don't mind at all. In the meantime, I shall take myself around Solution 9 and see how things are. I share Alphinaud's concern about the Queen's absence, and even setting that aside, the situation is not like to resolve itself while becoming endless remains an option. I've been meaning to visit some shops, so I shall join Kryl. Hopefully not to do shopping. While everyone's out and about, so I'll try to pick up Calix's trail. I'll see if I can dig up some information about the key for Ishtola as well. I'll help you. Yeah, thanks, good old John. It's been a while. It seems we all have things to do. Still, there's no telling what else Calix might have planned, so please be careful, everyone. Right, let's go to Milos' apartment. It's in residential radius 914 if I remember correctly. Alright then. We have a little boy to be reunited with, so let's go ahead and be reunited with him. So, let's go and catch up with the little boy. Off to the residential sector. Here, so make sure that I'm going the right way. Sometimes it can be easy to get yourself lost around here. You know, because for some reason I was thinking that this was not a door that opened, but it is. Door is open. So yeah, here's where Milos and his mama are. Hello. You came before with Queen Sphene. I'm glad you came again. I believe you'll be fine now, but just for good measure, I'll administer a healing spell. So back to cutscene, as the Porksy does its thing.
I once hoped that Milos at least might be made an Endless. Then he wouldn't need to suffer anymore.
You feel different now?
Thanks to Alizé, Milos is on the road to recovery. He can grow up and live a normal life.
I sometimes find it ironic that Alizé is able to use the Porksies to cure all these maladies, and yet it's Alpha Node who's the actual healer job, playing the role of a sage.
And I want to be there with him, every step of the way. To grow old with him, as his mother, and not something else.
Yes, Sphene watches on with great interest. Treatment completed, and the Porksy vanishes.
That should do it. You're doing well, I'm glad to say.
Thank you, Alizé.
You're welcome, Milos. Now, you'll feel breathless for a little while still, but don't fret. It'll get easier to speak with time. That said, we can't rule out the possibility of a relapse. As a precaution, I would keep him away from lightning-infused objects.
Lightning-infused? Well, I guess that makes sense, right? It is Levin sickness after all.
Lightning. Does that include regulators?
Oh, are you actually going to encourage them to take them off?
It does. I understand if it's difficult for you to part with something that you've worn for so long, though, so it's entirely up to you.
No. For Milos' sake, I will do it. And if the environment here isn't good for him, I must consider moving outside the dome.
You two would be more than welcome in Tulihiolar.
Oh, are we actually going to broach that right now? This seems a little early.
It's very assuring to hear that. If you don't mind, could you tell me about the process?
Yeah, so you two talk
I'm
about that.
happy. I can talk again. Before, I couldn't even thank my mother for caring for me. But now we can talk lots. I can tell her that I'm happy. That I like it when she strokes my hair.
Aww.
Your mother is happy to talk to you as well, I'm sure.
Queen Sphene always cheered me up. Always said that she would cure me.
And instead you're getting healed by a total stranger.
Today, I'll practice walking with Mother. And next time, I'll go and visit you.
Aww. Yeah, that puts a smile on your face.
Thank you for explaining everything.
We'll come again to check on you. So if you have any other questions, just let me know. Right. Let's get going, shall we?
Please come back soon. You too, miss.
Yeah, maybe one day she can take off her hood and show you who she really is. And I think you'll be surprised. So as we make our way out...
It's good to see Milos doing so well.
The Endless Me gave him the strength to hang on, and she didn't rely on any special power to do so.
She wanted her people to be happy. Even though we had to fight, her love for them was very real. And it reached Milos.
I wish to be there to watch him grow as well. To make my way beside the people of Alexandria.
Well, hopefully we can make that happen at some point.
In the name of his evolution, Calix has wrought much unease and misery, and I cannot condone his path.
No one should.
No. I shall forge ahead on a path of my own. One that honors the memory of my other self.
And so with that, we will complete this quest and take 1,287 gil.